But it's Diwali time, so let's take stock of how consumption patterns are panning out in the COVID world. Typically, you would see a heightened spike in consumption during Diwali times, but this one's a little different than any other. So we've got on board with us Asim Warsi, the SVP as well as head of e-commerce business at Samsung India. So let's take stock and find out how exactly has consumption panned out. Asim, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Thanks so much for taking the time out.
My pleasure. Likewise. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thanks. Asim, Indians typically make big ticket purchases for just about everything from gold to cars to electronics during Diwali times. Have things been a little different this time around?
I would say on the better side, things have been looking up really well. We are seeing a lot of upgrade demand in all our categories across smartphones, tablets, our consumer electronics products, across our televisions, refrigerators, all home appliance products. So absolutely right. We're seeing consumers upsize, whether it's in terms of capability of devices or display or screen sizes or capacities of our refrigerators. I think the trend is clearly underlined by consumers seeking more convenience and more ability to do and work from home. So we're seeing that trend in how they're upgrading in their technology as well.
Asim, when the lockdown began, including myself, just about everyone was rushing to buy dishwashers, to vacuum cleaners, to e-robots, to clean and mop the house. Has that pattern changed? Has it moved away from need-based appliances to anything else in your observation?
As the lockdown subsided, the initial 2 to 3 months, and read that as about July, August, September period at the most, there was a lot of pent-up demand being fulfilled, and we saw a lot of consumers make good for the shopping of devices or essential home appliances that they were not able to shop in the preceding period. But as soon as that subsided is when the Q4, or read that as the October period, and now that we are in November, has set in. And we see that buoyancy continue, just that buoyancy is now driven by consumers, as I just alluded to, we are seeing a lot of consumers like you and us as well, working from home, more entertainment and screen time at home, more studies at home going on. So in that regard, yes, we do see a lot of consumers seeking products that give them a richer, more powerful, more immersive experiences that are underlined by convenience, the convenience of having to work from home on capable, reliable technology.
Asim, happy Diwali once again.
Thank you. And
want to just bring this point out, which is that how does one differentiate that the demand, what every category has witnessed, whether it is autos, electronics, smartphones, is not a pent-up demand. Like you said, that we all are working from home, we need better technology, we need faster processors, we need bigger TVs. This is a trend which is a real trend. But my question is that this trend may not be a durable trend, and once that need of working at home is fulfilled, demand may start dropping back.
No, we don't see that happen because over the years, including up until before the COVID phenomena happened worldwide and in India, there was a continuous upgrade in the market. And that's an ongoing truth of the industry and the way consumers move up and adopt technology. It only got exacerbated further now with the new COVID lifestyle of people having to work and live out of home and study out of home even more. The demands on their devices to be able to perform and give them more, or the home appliances that they live with in their homes and seek convenience out of, or the kind of content they enjoy or consume out of their large screen televisions. All of these are driving the market upwards. And I'll just give you an example. In our phones business, especially what we're selling in online, we're seeing a 50% growth in average selling prices in the second half of this year versus the first half or the earlier parts of business before that. Now, that's quite ominous of the way the market is growing up and consumers are seeking better stacked and better performing devices or gadgets.
Let's talk about categories where you think demand has exploded and where demand has been subdued.
It's interesting you asked that because across the categories that we're operating in, I'm glad to tell you we are seeing a uniformly good growth. In fact, some of our categories are outpacing themselves more than ever before. And just to give you an example, we see our tablet portfolio. It's growing multi-times over the previous year. When we look at some of our high-end washing machines or refrigerators, or for that matter, televisions, we're seeing a great adoption of consumers or by consumers towards larger, richer, and better technology. So just to put some numbers behind this, we see our television business in the Diwali festive period to be in excess of 30% growth. We see our microwave, just as another category that we provide to consumers in India, growing at a 30%. We see washing machines grow at a 20%. So category after category we are operating, and we're seeing very strong, very healthy double-digit growth rates.
30%, I just want to clear the air so that I don't get it wrong for our viewers. We are looking at year-on-year comparisons. These are not sequential comparisons.
That is right.
What is the difference between last Diwali and this Diwali in terms of an consumer appetite, bent, profile, and also the ticket size? Percentage growth sometimes can be misleading because that also could be a function of the product pricing.
Sure. So, one of the things that we are seeing versus last Diwali. So every Diwali that we herald in India, we herald it in with a slew of new products, new technology, new innovations. And this year is no different. So this year as well, for consumers in India, in the last 2 to 3 months leading up until Diwali, we have launched a slew of new products, new technologies across all the categories we operate in. For example, we brought in 12 new smartphones in the past 3 months. We've got 4 new tablets. We've got new wearable devices. We've got new televisions, you name it. Across categories, we've had a launch and more. So that being consistent from before. What we are seeing is that consumers are not only increasingly upgrading their product stacks and product tech, but they're increasingly, as the ticket size goes up, their need for better and wider affordability offers and affordability platforms. That is a big change. And towards that, we've been reading that change over time. We're really happy to inform that, for consumers in India, we've launched some very exciting new programs leading into this year's Diwali, which are brand new, industry firsts, and I dare say some of them are global first affordability programs that we've launched in India. Just to give you a couple of examples, we have Samsung Finance Plus, which has grown to become, for our product and device sales, the largest NBFC affordability platform that we run in India. Samsung Finance Plus is Samsung's proprietary lending program with which we work with a lending partner of ours. Not just that, we've launched Samsung's global first Galaxy Forever affordability program, which is very unique. In this, consumers can get 40% device buyback value of their smartphone upfront when they purchase the phone. Now, this is unprecedented. This is really exciting. So all a consumer has to do is pay 60% upfront when he buys the device, and many other such programs that we've launched, including loyalty and referral and shopper advantage coupon programs. There is a smorgasbord of offers and affordability drivers that we've launched for all our end consumers, as well as enterprise consumers and student segment of the market.
Interesting. Asim, what about demand from smaller towns, is that really where you're seeing this multifold growth? Is it also in urban areas? What's the kind of breakup, or where are you seeing more momentum?
So when we look at two separate product categories at a broader level, in our mobile phone business, we are seeing uniform surge in demand from across pop strata and town strata. So that's one part of our portfolio. However, when we look at the consumer electronics portfolio, it's interesting that the demand is actually being led by the smaller, the tier 3, 4 and below town classes. Not to say the large town classes are not growing, they are, but the demand is being outpaced by the smaller town classes for a consumer electronic range of products.
Okay. And in terms of footfalls as well, so much of the activity shifted online. Are you seeing any resumption in footfalls at physical stores? Or do you feel that's still a while away?
You're right in the observation that a lot of demand and clicks have gone online, but what we're seeing is a very interesting phenomenon in our offline. So for all the footfall that is happening in our offline stores, pardon me, we're seeing a lot more determined consumer footfalls. The conversion rates, the engagement rates, the sales conversion rates have dramatically improved in our offline stores. And what this is really showing us is that a lot more consumers are doing their pre-purchase shopper and purchase decisioning before they land up in our stores, that they're fairly clear what they're looking for. They go, they seek, and they check out on our offline store. So conversions have improved a lot more in our offline stores, whilst yes, we do see a swell in traffic and sales in online as well.
Okay, so just to wrap it up with a very quick question, Asim, if I say that Samsung India feels that the demand this Diwali is more than a deep swell, it is back on track, it's higher than last Diwali, and for those who thought because of COVID the consumer is gone, the consumer actually is back.
I would concur with that wholeheartedly. We're really happy to see the kind of surge in demand across product categories, especially up the value chain. And on our part, we were sensing this. It's not that it's happening and we are bystanding this. We were sensing this, and we had ramped up availability and the slew of launches as well as affordability platforms to enable consumers to shop up this Diwali. And I think it's a great signal that we are seeing. As I said, this entire second half, the third quarter, July, August was more about pent-up demand, but September and specifically October, November is this entire growth is attributable to the kind of upgrade consumers are seeking in their devices, in their tech.
Appreciate your time. So glad that you could join us, and happy Diwali once again to you and your family and your team from Team ET now.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you at Team ET and all your viewers as well. A very happy Diwali to everybody.